This book was written by Billy Graham, the late Billy Graham, Keys to Personal Peace, and it has about 10 chapters. I brought this book out so that I can illustrate how our lives are. When you open the first chapter of this book, you open it, that will not tell you what is in the next chapter till you finish reading this book. And why he wrote this book, I'm very sure that he had a reason why he wrote this book. He was trying to give us keys to personal peace, how we could have our personal peace. The scripture says God is the author and the finisher of our faith. That means God is an author. He has written the pages of your life. Our lives are in stages. Our lives are in chapters. They are in phases. So when you open the first chapter of your life, do not conclude the next chapter because of what you are passing through in that very particular chapter. While we were writing our books or while we were reading those in the university or in secondary school, there are some chapters in a particular subject, maths or English, that could be difficult. A particular, maybe algebra is more difficult for you than simultaneous equation or whichever. But that does not mean that you will not write the exam. So every chapter of our lives comes with a test. It comes with an exam that you must write. And when you are writing that chapter, do not conclude on the next chapter, because that chapter that you are just reading is maybe your first chapter. And do not envy those that are in the fourth chapter. Maybe you are still in the first chapter and you are envying those in the fourth chapter. You don't know what your fourth chapter will be like. Maybe your fourth chapter will be more blessed, will be more glorious than those other ones you are envying. Because God has a purpose why he wrote the chapters of our life, just like Billy Graham had a purpose writing this book. So also God has a purpose writing your life, having the pages of your life grafted out. He told Joseph that you will, he showed him in a vision that 12 stars will bow down to you. He didn't tell him he will go to prison. These were chapters in his life that will bring about that glorious destiny. So also our lives. Whatever you're going through in life, do not give up on your first chapter. Do not conclude your life on the first chapter, and do not allow anybody conclude you, give the final say about your life, because they don't know what your next chapter is looking like. Your next chapter is going to be glorious. But while you are in that chapter, you finish reading or experiencing the first chapter, know that you will always write an exam in that chapter. You will always be tested on that chapter. I hope this has been a blessing to you. It doesn't matter what you've been going through, sis. It doesn't matter what you're going through, bro. Know that your life is in chapters, is in phases, is in stages, and your destiny is a glorious one. Do have a blessed day. My name is Eva Itali.